The Giant and His Destiny. A story by Ingrid Prohaska. Once upon a time there lived a giant. He was very warm-hearted and extraordinarily good-natured. The giant loved people, and he wanted to communicate with them. He wanted to listen what people were talking about, and he wanted to speak with them. But he was afraid that he could frighten people because of his size and also because of his voice. So whenever he spoke, he used a much reduced voice. He never allowed himself to speak in his natural given loudness. But because he was that tall, people weren't able to hear him, and so it was very hard for him to be in touch with common people. This made him sad, more and more. One day his heart was already that heavy and so full of pain, he fell down on his knees and he started crying, "Why am I such a damned giant? What did I wrong? Why am I punished in this way?" Suddenly he noticed that he could hear people talking, and he thought by himself, "Hey, being on my knees makes me shorter." And so he didn't stand up again. He was happy about his idea that he could listen what people were talking about, and that it would be possible to talk to people now. But the people didn't react as he hoped. They just saw that he was moving on his knees, and they looked at him with suspicion. They avoided to be in touch with him. He still was too different. So he saddened again. He felt alone, and with every single day his pain grew bigger and bigger. One day the giant was already so desperate, and at the same time so angry about his tragic fate, that he jumped up to his feet again, and an incredible loud cry left his giant body. He cried out all his fury, all his pain, and all his sorrow. For the first time in his life he allowed himself to be himself, and without thinking what would be the next to his cry, his voice started to sound like a melody, and this melody, sang by the giant's powerful voice, made the people stunned. The sound of the giant's voice filled the air, and his song moved around the world. And then something very special happened. His song touched people's hearts. Stressed people felt relaxed. Sick people felt healthy. Soldiers laid down their guns. The people looked up to the giant, and for the first time in his life he was recognized and respected. And for the first time in his life he really felt happy and completely satisfied. And if the giant isn't already dead, I'm sure he is still singing today. And in silent moments, when you look up to the sky and watch the clouds moving, and when you think you can hear the wind, then listen twice, because then it is possible to listen to the giant songs.